Yo, what's going on guys, this is the Ecom boss, and in today's video I will be showing you guys a step-by-step tutorial on how you can make your first 100k within 1 month. We're not talking a year down the line. I mean, maybe if that's what your goal is, right? We're all in a different pace, right? But how do you make 100k in 1 month? And obviously, if you know how to make 100k in a month, there's no reason to why you cannot make 200k a month. So I'm the Ecom boss, and there's probably no point wasting any time. And you guys might say, why are you qualified to teach us this? That's because I have an I8. No, I'm just playing, guys. Okay, so if you want to get into the coaching program with dropshipping, you can message me on Instagram here. And if you just want to follow me, we're so close to 1,000, so I'd appreciate that a ton if you guys just follow me, okay? So Q4 is here. It's the biggest opportunity ever, and you can make a lot of money. However, Facebook's been a little bit strict lately. I'm just going to cover a couple of basics here before we get into this. Q4, the biggest chance for you guys ever to score big in terms of making a lot of money with Shopify dropshipping. Well, first thing, I said this in my video, you guys can skip 1 minute into the video if you heard me say this before, but I just gotta say this. So Black Friday, you guys know it's like a huge opportunity to make a lot of money. Usually people will be shopping in stores locally and they will be shopping online, but with the pandemic going on right now, a lot of people are not going to shop in stores. I know that some people probably are in some countries. A lot of sales are going to come online, so if you want to score big, now is your time. Okay, so how do you make 100k in a month? 100k in a month, a little bit over 3k a day. You know, that doesn't mean you have to make 3k in a day. You could have a good or bad day. Take Black Friday into consideration. Let's just say you make 15k on Black Friday, then you don't have to make 3k a day anymore, because that's way more than 100k a month, right? Let's say you have a couple of bad days at 1 to 2k, which is not bad either, but let's just say you have that. I mean, just back it up with a 5k day a couple of days later, right? But approximately, though, on average, it's going to be around 3k a day. Okay, so Q4, definitely the easiest time to hit 10k a day or higher. I remember hitting my first 10k a day, which was in Q4 actually. Was it 12k or was it 11.8? But I call that 12k. And I'm just like you guys, where at that time, because it sounds completely impossible for me to hit like 10k a day, or for you guys back in the days, but it's totally not. That was the beginning once too. I had a watch store. I rented $50 from my dad on a flight to Florida and just run out the watch store. It didn't work. The one thing, guys, the one thing that you got to focus on when you're going to hit 100k a month is the product. The product is going to be everything here. You want to introduce something new to the market that the market haven't seen, but there's another way for you guys to do this a little bit simpler. So if you guys are able to remake a current trend, what I mean by that is this could be, for example, a trend such as the mole remover with a new design. If you can get a new design on a current product, what I'm just trying to say is if you have a product, it's trending right now, but it kind of looks a little bit off, and you could get it and it's gray, for example, right? And you could get it in red, perfect red colors, blue, just looks way more appealing, or just a new version of an old product, or not too old, but like a current trending product. You will have a huge chance, right? Because if your one looks better, they will probably buy from you. I mean, you gotta spend some money on ads, there's no guarantees here. We're testing a product, right? So the place that you guys want to scroll is on screen now, is the more to love section. This section optimized towards what you're engaging with. So if you're clicking on a lot of high converting problem solving products, you're just gonna keep seeing more of them. If you're a beginner watching this, do not do clothing. It usually doesn't work. Actually, I had a little bit of success with shoes. One of my students actually had a lot of success in the jewelry niche, which I would tell the beginners to actually avoid. But I had a couple of students making, I think one of them actually made 400k in a month with the jewelry niche, which it's not a joke, but still, I kind of look at it as a bad niche, especially for beginners. You got to go the advanced way. You got to know how to do product research, learn it. And then it's watches, dogs, and babies. Just avoid it. So when you're going to do my strategy now, I recommend you guys to have a general store. General stores always be my go-to thing. This allows you guys to test like crazy. So when Black Friday comes around, you will now be able to just test a lot of products. So if you don't have a winner on Black Friday, you can just test 5 products on Black Friday, and chances are pretty high that one of them is going to win. One product stores can be cool. I mean, they were definitely cool last year, but as for now, the last like couple of, I'd say like the last 10 months to a year, me and my friends and all the people I work with, I mean the students, I just tell them to do general stores in every case. But me and my friends, we've always been doing general stores. I've been actually always done it, but my friends also transitioned into general store a year ago. And a lot of people say like, once I hit a winning product, should I narrow it down to one product store? I would actually not do it, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I think a niche store is a better way to go. However, I just keep a general store. And this is the part of the video, guys, where you press the like button. and subscribe to me, please. Okay, I'm trying to help you guys here. If you guys are going for the 2 best niches when you're trying to make 100K a month, because this is the easiest one to make it in. If you guys are going for the 2 easiest niches when you're trying to make 100K a month, these are the 2 niches that's a little bit easier than other ones. That's going to be healthcare and skincare. If you're going for those 2 niches, do not overpromise anything in your guys' ad, because if you're going to overpromise anything in your ad, like for example, let's just say you're selling a hair growth product and you mention in your ad copy like something like get your hair back today to a bald person, that is overpromising. So that's really going to drag down your Facebook score and you will get banned eventually from overpromising. You cannot mislead customers. That's part of the feedback scoring, right? And also it comes into, some people even say the words you cannot be used. I actually use your a lot of times, but a lot of people say you can't use it. I've done it successfully though. But if you're in these niches, do not overpromise and don't show before and after pictures. I know a lot of you guys probably know this, but if you're a beginner, just don't show before and after picture. You will get banned. And the thing that you guys probably didn't know, which people always disagree with, but it is the truth, Facebook scans your store. Some people say you can get away with a before and after picture on your store, and you can for now. Eventually you probably will get banned. You could even get away with a before and after picture sometimes in your ad, but then 2 days later when you start scaling, you get banned. And also guys, if you're going to get scale to 100K a month, you got to get rid of your spending limit. The best way to get rid of a spending limit as a new ad account is just to get billed a little bit often and run ads consistently. The more consistent you stay with running ads and the more you get billed, you will eventually be able to raise it really quick up to 350. When you get into Facebook ads, you should run a video ad, especially for healthcare and skincare. But for most niches, honestly, you should just run a video ad. And what I do with a video ad is I will put 1 to 2 pictures in between it as well. So I'll have 1 video running because video is usually what's converged the best. And then I'll have 2 picture ads as well, so that in case the video doesn't work, the picture ad could work. And in a lot of cases, my pictures are actually better than the video, which you guys probably don't believe. But if you watch my channel when I was starting out, I went by the guy who just run pictures, because pictures really work if they're good pictures. Probably not in healthcare, skincare, and a lot of other niches. A picture could explain everything. If you're gonna run Facebook ads and you're completely new also, I know it's a boring answer, but I just suggest you guys to get a couple of consulting calls or just a course or something. You didn't have to get that from me. Just find a guy you guys trust. It could be me as well, but just find a guy that you guys trust, a guy you think is skilled, maybe someone locally. It could be whatever. Just find someone on the internet. Make it simple, but find someone that you guys really feel like you can trust and has skills and proven results, and ask if you could get like a quick call or a couple of calls. I say like maybe 2 calls just to get the hang of Facebook ads, because Facebook, let me just be honest with you guys, if you don't have a strategy on Facebook, it's really hard to learn it on your own. And I know a couple of people that did it, but they spent so much money. So I recommend you guys, even if you're like a guy who's like, I want to do everything myself, you should probably get just a little bit of help there, and you can figure out the rest yourself. Just get the basics down, right? And duplicating, increasing budgets, etc. Because the bad thing about Facebook is you gotta pull the trigger at the right time. This is also a good thing. If you don't know when to pull the trigger, you get in some problems. And guys, just test products with a basic Facebook ad strategy. It doesn't have to be too complex at all. And once you hit a winner, you will enter the scaling phase. What I'm going to say to you guys right now is super important. So please do listen carefully to what I'm going to say now. Do not scale when you're in the scaling phase. Do not scale higher than spending like $150 to $250 a day. You could almost even spend less. Because if you're going to scale higher before that, you'll run into problems. You got to figure out your shipping first. And I'm not saying you need to get like a 5-day shipping. You don't have to get the quickest shipping times, but try to avoid the AliExpress standard shipping and just get a quicker shipping. Once shipping is sorted out, and like I said, it doesn't have to be advanced at all, but just get a little bit of a quicker shipping, then you can start scaling a little bit more. And the higher you get, maybe it will be time to order inventory eventually, but you could dropship to 100K a month without ordering inventory or without private labeling your product. And you could have a virtual warehouse, right? You could just order to a place and someone else takes care of it. And your biggest problem with scaling to 100K is probably that your ad account is getting banned, because it will get banned eventually, especially when you start spending more. It just looks like a little bit suspicious because you didn't used to do it. This is the time where you need to make your store a little bit branded, especially during the election. Brands is what's standing currently. Like, if you don't make your store look like a brand, your chances of being banned is a little bit higher. You got to show quality. You got to show that you look like a brand. And that doesn't mean, as I said, private labeling your product. Just brand the name, maybe. Just make it look really good. You could use gem pages or whatever. You're gonna get banned regardless, but just make it seem a little bit branded. Have kind of like a quicker shipping times. You don't need the quickest. And keep in mind, there are some softwares that lies about their shipping times too, so be careful who you trust. But get a little bit of a quicker shipping times. Refund customers who wants a refund. Your margins should totally afford refunding a customer, because you should aim for like a 40 to 50% net profit margin, which is totally doable with a untapped product. So let it cut through your margins a little bit. If you got to refund a customer, that's cool. You should be able to afford it and still maintain a massive amount of profit, because if you do not refund your customer, they probably just open up a chargeback. If you get enough chargeback, which is a really low number, your account will get hurt. You'll get banned from Stripe and everything like that. And if you do all of this, your customers are pretty likely to leave you a positive feedback, which boosts your feedback score, because you never want want the feedback score under 2. And if you don't know what a feedback score is, just Google feedback score and it will show up. It will be like a 20-minute video if I were to explain that right now. But just make sure they fill out, you know, good service for you and that they're happy with it. The 2 things you guys should focus on in dropshipping is high converting product pages. Facebook ads is going to be 3, and the product is the 3rd. And then the last thing is customer satisfaction. It's actually super important. So you got to do this now. Black Friday is coming up. It's the easiest time for you guys to just test 5 products in a day and just get a massive amount of success. I've tested products Black Friday myself, pushed it up to 7K in a day, which is quite incredible, right? So if you guys want to take action, this is the perfect time. I'm the Ecom Boss. I hope you guys like this video. If you want to just have a little bit more of like a blueprint, I have my course linked in the description, which is going to help you guys a ton. If you don't want to just keep getting all the free value on my channel, because I'm trying to provide the best value for you guys, make sure that you subscribe and like this video. Just press a thumbs up, and you guys, you will be seeing me in the next video.